Today is April 22nd, Monday, and it is 2:34 p.m. I haven't read, no, I wouldn't say I haven't read, I haven't completed a single book this month. The last couple years, I've read on average 4 books a month. For the last year, I've read maybe 6 to 8 books a month, and not having finished a single book this month has been feeling really, really weird. I haven't been feeling very accomplished at all. So, point is, April 22nd to April 30, which is about 7 to 8 days, I have a reading list. Here we go. This is a reading list. The first book on the list is Tom Lake by Ann Patchett. I really like this author. This is for my book club, which is next Friday. No, actually, it's this Friday, so I have 4 days to finish this book. I'm about 30% of the way done with this book. I've been reading it on my Kindle, but the other day I went thrift store shopping and I found this in the thrift store, and I thought it was such a coincidence that out of all the books, I saw this and I bought it. It was only like $1.49 at Goodwill. I also read another book by Ann Patchett, These Precious Days. It was like a series of essays, so it was a nonfiction book, and I really, really enjoyed that one too. These Precious Days is also an essay, and I got introduced to Ann Patchett and that book through that essay on like an online magazine. It was very good. It was very heartbreaking. It's about one of her friends. It was during COVID, and just beautiful writing. So I'm really excited to continue reading with this. About 30% of the way done on my Kindle. I like having both a physical copy and a Kindle for a lot of books, because sometimes I like just reading it on a book, and then sometimes I like being under my blanket and reading on a Kindle. So that's book number 1. Book number 2 is The Year of Yes by Shonda Rhimes. She's the producer and screenwriter for the Bridgerton series. This book, it's about her, and it's a nonfiction book. Another nonfiction book that I want to read is How to Know a Person by David Brooks, and that looks like this. How to Know a Person, The Art of Seeing Others Deeply and Being Seen Deeply. This has very high ratings on Goodreads, and it's on my list of books to read for a very long time. So my goal is to read 1 nonfiction book and 2 fiction books by the end of April. And I just have a whole bunch of options to read. Another option that I have to read is What You Are Looking For is in the Library by Michiko Ayoma. And this one, I actually read the first chapter already, and I annotated it a little bit. I really enjoyed it. It's a very short book, and each chapter is like a different character and their different life story. So I'm really excited about this one. My camera is almost out of battery, so let me just finish this up real quick. Another option is a very fun read. It's called Just Last Night. Oh, you really can't see it on here. It's called Just Last Night by Mahiri McFarlane. So this is going to be a really fun rom-com type read. Another one is The Poppy War by R.F. Kong. This has been on my list for a very long time as well. And then the last one is Being Mortal by Atul Gawande. But yes, those are the 7 books that are very good options for the rest of April. So my goal is to finish 3 books, 1 nonfiction, and 2 fiction. One of them has to be Tom Lake, because it's my book club read, and it's due in 4 days. So yes. All right. This is gonna be a reading vlog and a reading diary, and it's gonna be fun. So let's see how many books I can read in 7 days. I haven't been reading at all, so I'm a little bit off my game, but muscle memory, right? I'm really excited to just be home and read. And the reason I have a couple of nonfiction books is because I love reading nonfiction books, first of all. And another reason is because my goal this year is to read 28 nonfiction books. And I think I'm doing really well. I think I read like 7 already. So that's my little reading goals. Some of them is going to be Kindle, some of them are going to be physical books. This is going to be fun. Yeah. Anyways, I'll see you in a bit. Hi, good morning. It is the next day. Yesterday I read about 5% of Tom Lake, and then I had other stuff to do. Today is April 23rd. I'm going to give Tom Lake a little bit of a break. I'm going to get started on The Year of Yes by Shonda Rhimes. And I'm in my closet again. The intro video for this was also in the closet. It's a little busy out there. I feel like this is just so quiet in here. This is nice. I ate a lot of carbs and salt yesterday, so I woke up with such a puffy face. But it's okay because I'm going to be getting back into my workout routine today. Usually in the gym I do elliptical, and then for strength training I do chest, shoulders, and all that like paired together. And then I just have a really good workout. I try to work out for about an hour and a half if I have the time. My goal is 5 days a week, but most of the time it ends up being 4 days a week. But working out gives me so much pleasure in my body and my skin. I've noticed so much difference, and then I just feel so good in the gym as well when I'm working out. I listen to a podcast, or I'm reading a book if I'm on the elliptical or the treadmill. I'm not really in a silly, goofy mood these days. I say that, but it is because it's super early in the morning right now. But yeah, let me get started with my Shonda Rhimes book. I'm going to read the physical book first, and then I'm going to switch over to the audiobook because I'll be cooking a bunch today. I'll be cooking chicken curry and then maybe some veg curry, and I'm thinking birakai curry. When I was in India, my mom made it and it was so good. And when she makes it here in the US, like back home in New York, it doesn't taste the same as it does when she makes it in India. So she grinded up sesame seeds and also peanut puri for me. So those are two of the essentials for birakai curry. So I'm gonna make it. It's gonna be really good. My mom is in Milan right now. Both my parents are in Milan right now. So I can't exactly call her and be like, what is the recipe for this? So I'm gonna have to wing it. I think I know how to do it. I feel like it doesn't matter if I don't know how to cook. I end up just like working it out in the end. But anyways, Shonda Rhimes, starting that book today doesn't seem like a whole big book at all. Also yesterday I had to give away my physical copy of Tom Lake to one of my book club buddies. She didn't have a copy yet. Lately, life has been feeling really pleasant and really nice. This past year has been so beautiful. It has been so hectic, but you know, at the same time, all this hecticness has led to such a beautiful life that I couldn't have imagined would have worked out the way it did. So yes, I'm happy. So let's go read my book. I also made some coffee and I got some snacks. I got chagoti on one side and I got whatchamacallit, Cheez-Its on the other side. Yeah, chagoti and Cheez-Its with coffee. And then I have two coffee machines. I have an espresso machine and then I have like a Ninja coffee machine. And the espresso machine, we make like Americanos or cappuccinos, and those are perfect. But today I was just feeling normal, regular coffee. So I'm going to be having normal, regular coffee. Let's go read. Hi, I'm back in my closet. I'm reading The Year of Yes, and I made it to about chapter 5, which is about 20% of the way in the book, and it's so good. She's so entertaining. She talks about her family and how she got to her year of yes, and she talks about her shows like Grey's Anatomy and The Scandal. In chapter 5, she talks about how one of her first year of yes tasks was to go on Jimmy Kimmel Live, but not live. So I YouTubed it. I feel like getting to know her more, I'm kind of becoming a fan of her. I didn't really know anything about her before other than she was a screenwriter for and producer for Bridgerton series. I didn't even know she was the creator of Grey's Anatomy either. I've never watched that show, so I never really paid attention to it so much. This is that Jimmy Kimmel episode she was talking about. So anyways, I'm watching that, and it's just really funny. She's talking about it in the book, and I'm watching it on YouTube. Great way to market, you know, for ABC. She did all these shows for ABC, and then she talks about how Jimmy Kimmel, his show is on ABC, and how she has to appear in it, and now she gets, it's like publicity and all that stuff. But yeah, so far I'm really, really enjoying the book. It's really good. And I think I may finish this book today. I don't know. I'll see. I'm kind of listening to it and reading it in intervals. I'm going to go to the gym today and probably be listening to it while I do some strength training. I think in this video, I'm going to also fill out my reading journal for April. I have yet to do one for March, but I think I'm going to make that a different video. I kind of changed my mindset about what I want this YouTube channel to be, and now I'm looking at it as a personal diary. So it's gonna be my life, my things, what are important to me, and things like that. And instantly I feel less scared, I feel less camera shy, because this is just a video diary for me at this point, you know. And yeah, it's gonna be something that my friends and family could watch, my kids in the future can watch, and it's gonna be something that I'll be able to make friends from and build a community from. And when I think about it from that perspective, it makes me really, really anxious. This is gonna be fun. I think the worst part about this is the editing. Honestly, I don't like the editing process. I like this a lot, and I like the planning part, but I don't like the editing. It just takes too long. But I did download Final Cut Pro on my iPad, so I think I'm gonna start editing on my iPad, and hopefully a lot more quicker. While I'm editing, it's fun, you know? It's just extremely time consuming, and it's just extremely frustrating because it takes up so much space on my laptop. I do have to pick up Tom Lake again because I do need to read that for my book club. Also, Tom Lake, I am doing a buddy read with one of my book club friends on Storygraph. It's just her and I right now. I think maybe other girls who are starting the book soon, they may join as well, so that would be fun to read all their comments. We try to stick to like a theme for each of the books sometimes. Like we read Pineapple Street in February, and we had like a fruit themed book club, and that was really fun. And you know, like we did a little video for our Instagram page, and yeah, we created an Instagram page for our book club to see if like more people want to join, so we can make more friends. And yeah, that'd be fun. I love my book club gang. They're just so sweet and genuine, and it feels like in this city, I moved here about 4 years ago. Wow, yeah, 4 years ago. I finally feel like I have a community here, and it feels like a home, and I like it. But yeah, I'm gonna be cooking now, but I think I'm gonna show that in a different video because I kind of want to keep my reading different than my lifestyle different. But then at the same time, this is just something I'm trying out this week. Maybe it'll change next week, so we'll see. I have like the biggest headache because I keep like scrunching up my forehead and my jaws, and I need to just relax. I missed reading. Man, it was a long month without reading. It's not like I really like realized I wasn't reading or that I missed it while I wasn't reading, but now looking back, I'm like, oh wow, yeah, I kind of missed this. It's such a like relaxing part of my day, and it puts me in perspective of other people's lives more than when I watch TV shows or YouTube videos and stuff like that. I need to get some work done, go to the gym, do some cooking, do some more housework, get more reading done. Those are the tasks for today. All right, let's go. Hello, good morning. It is Wednesday, April 24th, which is the third day into this reading challenge. I have yet to complete a book, but I have made really good progress in the books that I'm reading. So Tom Lake, my Kindle, I'm about 73% of the way done with this book. which is a really big deal because my book club is day after tomorrow. But I'm also really enjoying this book. I'm doing a buddy read with some of my friends on Storygraph, and I'm really enjoying it. It's a chill book and I like it. It's not too deep or anything like that. So I really like that. The lighting in here is kind of weird. The next book is Year of Yes by Shonda Rhimes. Great book. I loved it so much. And here are my thoughts. I wrote them down on my journal. She had a commencement speech, and it's not included in the book, I don't think, but I was listening to it on the audiobook while I was cooking, and it was just so fabulous. I liked it so much. She was so nervous going into it, but she killed it. And then there was another one. She talked about motherhood not being work. It was like one of her kids' school functions or something, and one of my moms was like, make sure to have, desserts be homemade with your kid. Don't buy like store-bought things. And Shonda went ahead and said like, well, that's not possible for everyone. Motherhood is not work. Motherhood is a choice. Motherhood might be work for you, but motherhood is a choice for other people, blah blah blah. And I really liked what she had to say to that. Maybe I'll expand on that later, but I resonated with it. It stuck in my head. There we go. I found the exact page. It's on page 106 in this book. She said, I work, I have a job. People with jobs often do not have time to bake. One of the mothers said, being a mother is also a job, Shonda. Shonda said, no, it is not. Being a mother is not a job. Stop throwing things at me. I'm sorry, but it is not. I find it offensive to motherhood to call being a mother a job. Being a mother isn't a job. It's who someone is. It's who I am. You can quit a job. I can't quit being a mother. I'm a mother forever. Mothers are never off the clock. Mothers are never on vacation. Being a mother redefines us, reinvents us, destroys, and rebuilds us. Being a mother brings us face to face with ourselves as children, with our mothers as human beings, with our darkest fears of who we really are. Being a mother requires us to get it together and risk messing up another person forever. Being a mother yanks our hearts out of our bodies and attaches them to our tiny humans and sends them into the world forever hostages. If all of that happened at work, I'd have quit 50 times already because there isn't enough money in the world. And my job does not pay me in the smell of baby head and the soft weight of snuggly sleepy toddler on my shoulder. Being a mother is incredibly important. To the naysayers, I growl, do not diminish it by calling it a job. Please don't ever tell me it's the most important job I'll ever have as a way of trying to convince me to stay at home with my children all day. Don't. I might punch you in the nose. The most important job to a woman who has rent, has a car note, has utility bills, needs groceries, is one that pays her money to keep her family alive. Let's stop trying to make ourselves indulge in the crappy mythological lady cult that makes being a mother seem like work. Staying at home with your children is an incredible choice to make, and it's awesome and admirable if you make it. Go you. Being a mother still happens if you don't stay at home with your kids. It still happens if you get a job and go to work. It happens if you're an Army Ranger and you're deployed overseas and your mother is staying with your parents. Still a mother, still not a job. Working or staying home, one is still a mother. One is not better than the other. Both choices are worthy of the same amount of respect. Motherhood remains equally, painfully, death-defying, and difficult either way. It does. It does. Let's all put our weapon down for a minute, okay? So this all started because one of the mothers was like, you have to bake goods with your children at home. Don't bring like store-bought goods. So this is another thing she says. Perhaps you think that it is important to your child's personal growth to bake goods in your house. More power to you, my sister. I will defend your right to bake your brownies. I will march for your right to home bake whatever you damn well want to home bake. But I will take off your earrings and ask someone to hold my purse for the verbal beatdown we will need to engage in if you ever try to tell me that I must define my motherhood in the same terms as yours. There is enough room for everybody here. There is a big maternity tent. I want to buy my brownies from Costco and drop them off in a wrinkled brown paper bag still wrapped in the plastic and foil container with the orange price sticker still attached. Guess what? That's how it's going to go down. And then she goes on to say, I'm not telling you to do it that way. You go bake your ass off, but we will all have to acknowledge that our way is not the way. I am devoted to knowing my children, to reading books with them, to hearing the stories they tell me and the conversations we have, to making them citizens of the world, to raising strong feminist human beings who love and believe in themselves. That is hard enough for me without delivering home-baked goods to school on Friday. I will always be resentful of mom activities that take place on Tuesday at 11 a.m., as if mothers with jobs are not valued or welcome. Stacey McKee, she's like one of the new head writers at Grey's Anatomy at the time, is the kind of mom who does crafts with her kids and puts photos of them up on Pinterest and Instagram. She works long, hard hours, but still you go into her office and she's still talking scripts and stories. She's hot gluing beads into a princess cape for her daughter. I always furrow my brow and ask her, what the hell is she doing this? Why? And why the hell is she delicately hand painting vistas onto Easter eggs? Why is she doing any number of crazy, amazing, crafty things Stacey does for her kids? For the love of wine, why? Stacey will furrow her brow back at me, equally confused. Why wouldn't I? She says. See, Stacey loves doing those things. She'd probably do it even if she didn't have kids. Oh wait, I knew her back, blah blah blah. It's not about working moms or non-working moms. It's about people who love hot gluing beads on capes versus people who do not know what a hot glue gun is. It's not even that. It's about the non-glue gun people not assuming the glue gun people are judging them and vice versa. Maybe don't start out with your weapons raised. Maybe that perfect PTA mom didn't even realize that homemade brownies could be a hardship. Maybe instead of yelling obscenities at the mention of homemade brownies, it would be better to stand up and pointedly gen out that not everyone has the time or the bandwidth to make brownies. And then she goes on, I think, to get a store-bought cake from like a bakery, and it has like reproduced photos on it, and it was like a huge hit at the school. But yeah, I really liked what she had to say about motherhood not being work. She's so beautiful. This is one of her pictures, and then I think she has like pictures of her family and her castmates. Oh, she's so stunning. Oh my gosh, she's so beautiful. Also, I think I inserted a clip of me watching her late night on Kimmel show as well. I think she did great. And then she has some of her like castmates, and then her family, I believe. Yeah, these are her parents. They really do have good genes. The mom looks stunning. She has some of her friends. I think this is the cast of the Mindy Project. She had an incredible thing to say about playing with her kids. About playing with her kids too. Whenever her kid goes want to play, she makes sure to, check out 15 minutes of her time to play with her kids. And I think that was so beautiful. I loved reading that. Like I mentioned, she had her commencement speech. She inserted it into the audiobook. It was fabulous. Yeah, so that's that for Shondaland for A Year of Yes. Tom Lake, really cute, really well. It's such a cute, cozy read. I like it a lot. I like her little family, her daughters, her husband. So her daughters, Emily, Maisie, and Nell. Emily is going to be taking care of the farm. Maisie is going to be a vet. Nell wants to be an actress. The main character, Lara, aka Emily, and I don't even remember her real name. Laura, I believe. Sounds like she had an incredible career as an actress for a short period of time. And then finally we see who the husband is, like his role in her life. About 70% done with the book, and we finally find out what the husband's role is. But yeah, cute life that she had. I feel like I'm waiting for the sad parts to come. So I guess we'll see. After A Year of Yes, I'm going to start with Being Mortal. This is another book I can do, and this is the other book I can do. What You Are Looking For is in the library. That's another book I can read. And then I also have a couple more other options. How to Know a Person by David Books. Yeah, that's another option. And then another option is Just Last Night. It's like a rom-com. Man, oh, there you go. Just Last Night by Mahiri McFarlane. And then my final option is The Poppy War. It is incredibly long, but I did borrow the audiobook for it, and I hear it's very, very amazing. So I'm excited to start that as well. So I have a lot of options, and I'm excited. Maybe I'll get to finish my 2 books today, and then start the other 2 books. So the last couple of months I was reading like 5 books at once. It was really hard to keep up. So I'm gonna stick to reading 2 to 3 books at a time now. Yeah, that's my little progress for April 24th. I still have a couple more days. I'm gonna continue reading this and update with more updates later. Bye. Hello. It is Wednesday, it's 1 p.m. and one thing I want to tackle today is my desk. My desk is a mess. It is a mess and I haven't been working from it at all. I've been working from my couch or my bed or my island area because my desk is such a mess and I've just been putting it off. But it's not even like dirty. It's just I need to organize a whole bunch of shit, and the things on it right now are just things I need to put away or organize in a way that I can use later on. So here, this is what it looks like. Yeah, so I've just been like working from my couch over there, but I want to be able to use this big monitor, you know, and that connects to my iMac and my keyboard and mouse over there. But anyways, I need to organize this entire mess. So this entire bag right here are things from India. And you know, like receipts and napkins and boarding passes and all that stuff that I want to keep. Maybe I want to put it in my journal. I'm not sure, but I want to keep that. And then these, oh man, flowers from my Nanama's house, my Nanama and Tate's house, and my dad's house in India. So it's not focusing, but they are in there. I'm kind of scared to put my hand in there because what if like I brought back some bugs? You know, there's also a rock in there. So I want to incorporate that into my journal as well. So I kept it all there. It's organized, kind of. So that's all there. And then I have a whole bunch of mail that I need to get through, like ASAP. And a couple of notepads, timer, a couple of other papers over there that I need to organize, my reading journal, crossword, book, all that stuff, camera shit. That's pretty much organized, and this is like the side of my desk area. This is the main reason I put my desk here, so I can, you know, have all my books and all the other stuff right here. So I need to organize this a little bit. I think these top 2 rows, I'm not going to do anything. This row is just a whole bunch of books that I want to take pictures of and then put away again. And then this one is fine. I really don't want to mess with it. I'm literally moving in like a couple weeks, so I don't really care. And then this one is fine too. And then my little cart, my stationery cart. I have pens up here, and I guess they are pretty organized. Pens, markers, crayons, and all that stuff. And then the second one, I have like washi tapes and ink and tape and, you know, all that stuff. And then down here I have notepads and sticky notes and little tabs and other pens and inks, a whole bunch of other random stuff. And then yeah, and then under my desk I have my printer and a couple of Toni Morrison books, Defining Decade, Edgar Allan Poe stories and whatever. And then here I have all my stickers, my trash can, my scrapbooking stuff. So it's all here and it's all like relatively organized. I just need to put some stuff away from my desk so it is usable. So let me just do that real quick. There we go. I organized it, I cleaned it. I organized a few of these shelves, not really that much. I kept my mail here because I need to go through it, and yeah, organized just a little bit. I can work on it finally. It looks nice. It's gonna clear up my mind a little bit because it's been like that for a whole week now actually, since coming back from vacation. So yes, I get to be creative now, at least for a few weeks until we move, and then it take months to set up everything again. But you know, that's just part of life. I think I'm gonna actually do my March reading journal because I haven't done that. I don't think even did my February one. So I'm gonna do my February and March reading journal, and then I'll show you in the video a little bit. Yeah. Hi, I just finished up my reading journal for February and March, and this is my reading journal, and I started this in 2021, but I wasn't very consistent with it. So, and then these are all the books that I read this month. I read the Neapolitan series, like my Brilliant Friend series. I tandem read The Empire of Storms and Tower of Dawn. I also read Honor by Thriti Umingar. I read Inner Engineering, and I also read Kitchen Confidential by Anthony Bourdain. March's reading journal. I just kept it pretty simple. I just have all the books that I read last month, a little bit of sticker situation, and then I drew this. But yeah, looks like I'm all caught up. April is ending, so I'm gonna have another reading journal page for April. I love stickers, notebooks, pens. I like doodling. I'm not the best at doodling. It's just something I want to work on, especially if, I want to doodle in my journal. I do journal almost every single day, unless I'm on like vacation, then I journal like every couple of days. And as you can see, I have a lot of interest in color, so that's another thing. And I have like a baggie full of stickers. Actually, I have a whole Dabba box full of stickers that I really like. I finished Tom Lake. The last 50% of the book went by so much faster than the initial 50%, and I think that's natural for most books, right? I really like the last 50%, and I really like the ending of Tom Lake as well. There's a kind of a it's kind of a happy ending. It's like kind of on the lookout for some of the sad things that could happen, and they did happen. And there was something about the grandmother, so that kind of hit hard for me because I love my grandmothers so much. Super tired and still trying to get better after being sick for so long. I am feeling a lot better though. I'm almost out of battery, but a little bit of a book haul before my camera dies. I went to Goodwill the other day and I picked up a couple of books. The first book is What Would Audrey Do? This is about Audrey Hepburn and timeless lessons for living with grace and style. She's a Hollywood actress from back in the day. Mountains Beyond Mountains, The Quest of Dr. Paul Farmer, a man who would cure the world. And another book I found was A Book Thief. This has been on my list since 2020, really, but I found it in Goodwill the other day, and this is about, it is 1939, Nazi Germany. The country is holding its breath. Death has never been busier and will become busier still. It is a fiction read, but it has been an international bestseller for a long time, so that's another one. And then the last book is my book club read that I got, Tom Lake. My friend is borrowing that right now. So yeah, those are the 4 little books that I got at Goodwill the other day, and when I went to go visit my cousin in another city. That's a little book haul.